Oh wow, this is mana neutral. That's crazy. God, that's so good. Play a mana neutral Dreamstone Hedron.
Today on Commander Replay, after 4 years, we finally revisit Emrakul the Promised End. Next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below.
Welcome back, everyone. It's been like 4 years. We are finally revisiting Emrakul the Promised End. Take a look at this opener. It's almost so good. If I knew a second land was coming, everything would be beautiful. I guess we have given the quality of cards, we can mulligan. We can mulligan. Oh, it's almost... This is fine. This is fine. Keep this. Hope to draw a third land. We don't get stuck. Brings it to our turn one. There's a Voltaic Key. Actually really good with the Grim Monolith. So now I'm feeling pretty good about things. Because then we can use the Grim Monolith with Reckless Abandon and get ourselves that Burnished Heart nice and quick. And then some point after that, the Immortal Sun and Endbringer. So this is an interesting deck. If you guys have never played a colorless deck before, they're interesting. You can ramp really quickly up to Eldrazi, but you don't have a lot that you can do in between that necessarily. You don't get large amounts of utility in colorless. These are probably some of our best options right here. This speeds us up, slows down our opponents a little bit if they're playing Planeswalkers. This is removal. Like, these are somewhat recent additions. I mean, they're a little older now, but, you know, going back 5 or 6 years, these are definitely things you didn't have in the card pool. So playing colorless is very interesting. You lose a lot by not having colors. So what you do to make up for that with your commander, for example, needs to be really powerful. And as good as Emrakul is, I think it's still going to be a bit of a struggle for us to actually win this game. So we'll just see how it goes, but we can have some fun with it nonetheless. We do draw a Mana Vault, which is also really good with the Voltaic Key. So play a Wastes, play Mana Vault, tap a Mana Vault, cast a Burnished Heart, untap a Mana Vault, crack a Burnished Heart. We just turned 2, cracked a Burnished Heart. That's pretty good. Gets us up to 4 lands. Love it. We are so incredibly weak to Austere Command, Hour of Revelation, and Vandal Blast, though. Those are things that will just absolutely crush what we are doing. Sword of the Animus for opponent. Yep. Valakut Exploration. You know what? It's a card that I'm really warming up to. I wouldn't say it's best in slot for most decks, but when you're like me and you've got probably 8 or 9 Boros decks and a few other red decks on top of that, it's a really good budget piece of card draw. So I really like Ignite the Future. I really like Showdown of the Skalds if you're in Boros. Commune with Lava is decent, but it does require you to have a lot of mana. Valakut Exploration is a little bit better early in the game. It helps prevent you from getting stuck, and that's a thing that I really like. But sometimes if you like run out of resources late in the game, it may not be the best. But hopefully by that point, it's already given you enough value that you're not too worried about it. But so yeah, it's a nice little card. I don't think it's best in slot for most decks, maybe some landfall decks, but if you're on a budget, you don't have perfect access to everything you want card draw-wise in red, I think it's a nice little option. Roiling Regrowth for opponent. Sacrifice a land, search for up to 2 basics, put them in tapped. Triggers the Lotus Cobra a lot, yep. Into an Evolutionary Leap, that one's pretty good. Fish is going to poke us, rightfully so. We are playing Emrakul. Brings us back to our turn, we're going to untap the Mana Vault before we take the damage, using the Voltaic Key. I put both of these in here, by the way, Voltaic Key and Manifold Key for this particular interaction, basically. There's a Rogue's Passage, another land off the top, love it. Play the Rogue's Passage. I think we're going Immortal Sun right here. Oh, we go Ugin? If we go Ugin, the Immortal Sun's free. What is this, colorless spells cost 2 less? Yeah, that's a thing too. These are all pretty good. Let's go Immortal Sun first. I want to get that card draw when our turn rolls back around. Also, Ugin's probably, well, maybe it's not terribly exposed, but there's a Grim Monolith. I feel like we're nearly on Emrakul mana. Oh, I think we are on Emrakul mana, actually. Monologue tax for opponent. They'll probably get some treasures out of us with that card. Problem is, I don't know that Emrakul's that good until our opponents actually have like a few things in play. Valakut Awakening for opponent. Great little card. Been warming up to this one too. I didn't heavily adopt it initially. It was just in a couple decks, and now I'm starting to given the decks that I like to play with really high mana curves on them, this is really good early in a game to get all the like 6 and 7 drops out of your hand and actually trying to find some stuff that you can cast through the first 5 or 6 turns. Ooh, opponent's going to Cross and Grip our Voltaic Key. How do we feel about that? We can make 3 mana to... No, it's already tapped. Yeah, I think that's just going to happen. That will slow down our mana production. I wonder if I would have gone for the Immortal Sun. But the Voltaic Key does make our mana really good. Both are good choices, I think. Toski coming into play for opponent. And there's the treasure out of the monologue tax. Yep. Snake coming back our way. We deserve it. Ooh, we did get a Rogue's Passage in, by the way. That can be incredibly relevant. I mean, I guess there's not a ton that like blocks Emrakul super profitably, but just in case there is. Just in case there is. Brings it back to our turn. I think we'll just leave that tapped. Got other stuff I want to be doing. Not paying. Crystal Ball is a card. We draw with the Immortal Sun. Void Winnower is a particularly nasty card, and one that may just end the game because our opponents probably can't cast the board wipes that they need to. Ugin's gonna be 5, and that'll make... I think we can get the Endbringer after. We can get Crystal Ball for free, is what we can do. That's pretty cool. Definitely want to scry on our upkeep. 3 for Endbringer. Yeah, let's get ourselves an Endbringer. This thing's indestructible. Ah, opponent's gonna Mana Tide the Endbringer. Ah, you dick. Really, I like Endbringer a lot. Oh god, I forgot to use the Planeswalker. Oh god. Whoops. Mana Tithe. Do I really need to start playing around that every time he's playing white? Oh my god. Stonehewer Giant. Oreskos. We have 2 card types in the graveyard currently, so makes Emrakul 11 mana, plus our currently 3 cost reduction, but Ugin may not be long for this world. Volakut Exploration. I wish Oreskos was slightly less restricting. I've always wanted to use it, but it's like, if you're falling that far behind, it doesn't exactly catch you up. Like, Keeper of the Accord is a much better catch-up type card. It's fine if you're on a budget, but it's always just kind of like the 6th or 7th best option to go search for lands. Honestly, I like our Armillary Sphere better. Our Armillary Sphere is very consistent. I was thinking about shooting that Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra can cause problems. Squirrel's Nest, yep. I mean, I guess Stonehewer Giant also causes problems. Suppose we have a little bit of a bone to pick now. Opponent makes a squirrel. Sacrifices it to the Evolutionary Leap. Yeah, that all seems good. Gets Wolfbriar Elemental. I'm sure that won't be a problem. I don't think our deck really deals with tokens all that well. Ironic, so I tried to film this last week sometime, and it went terribly. But there are also tokens in that game, and yeah, Emrakul just not well suited against tokens. Prefers 1 or 2 big creatures in play that you can like slam into Emrakul. Nice, opponent's going to go to our face and not at our Planeswalker, which I can appreciate. Yep, they're going to draw some cards. Green Sun for 2, monologue tax. I don't know how he always seems to have Mana Tithe in his opener. 3 games, he's played it within like the first 3 turns. Because if you draw it late, it's usually bad. That's why I don't run it. Brings it back to our turn. We're going to scry. Take a look at the top 2. 2 lands. Well, we definitely want 1 land, so we'll put 1 to the bottom. 1 on top. Not paying. Mana Vault and Immortal Sun. Trigger. There's a Dreamstone Hedron. Play the Wastes. Oh, wow. This is mana neutral. That's crazy. God, that's so good. Play a mana neutral Dreamstone Hedron. I mean, we probably gotta shoot a Stonehewer Giant, right? What can we actually get in? How much is Emrakul? 8? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't have 8. How about Void Winnower? 6? Oh, I think we're 1 short. It's not great. It's not great. Oh, right. We can't activate Planeswalkers because of the Immortal Sun. Whoops. I guess we locked ourselves there a bit. What we can do is probably just untap our Grim Monolith this turn. And we'll think about Emrakul next turn, probably. Open the Armory. Yeah, sure this is going to be bad. Feast and Famine? No, you probably go the other way in that. Man, I really wish we had that Endbringer. You'd be getting so much value with it. What do they get? Hearth and Home. Yep, of course. Quips and Animist. Ah, they're going to swing at the Ugin. Ugin's going to go down. Let's put a Planeswalker into the yard, so make Emrakul a little cheaper that way. Not quite as good as being in play. I'd prefer it was in play, but still something, right? Up to 3 card types. Emrakul's down to 10 mana. We'll be on easy Emrakul mana this turn as long as nothing else gets blown up. Landfall Volakut Exploration. Has a Vesperlark under there. Plays Quintorius. Gonna poke over to the Toski. Yeah, there'll be a problem very soon, I'm sure. They have a Jolrail in play. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, make a 2/2. Yep. And yeah, you can pump your stuff. That's all bad. It's all bad. Opponent loses their Vesperlark, we all take a damage. Oh, it goes to the graveyard. That's cool. Chroma's Memorial is a magic card. A very good magic card. I went to look to buy one the other day for one of my paper decks, and I think they're still like in that 15 range. Kind of expensive. I was looking for General Ferris Rokirik, because the big thing with those tokens in that deck is that you need evasion for them. And a Chrome's Memorial, really good at giving your stuff evasion. I wonder if we'll be able to get to a point where we can Emrakul their turn and then force Toski to draw themselves to death. That would be very exciting to me. With a deck like this, you have to be careful if you're a mono black player, because Necropotence and other life loss effects that are repetitive like that, you can just take someone's turn and burn them all the way down to 0. I've done it once or twice. It's pretty nasty. Opponent draws a bunch of cards, makes a token. Yep, they've all got flying haste and a million abilities on them now. Kind of holding off on the Void Winnower, so opponents want to drop a board wipe of some sort, although we still got to watch out for those white board wipes. Void Winnower shuts off 2 good ones in Hour of Revelation and Austere Command so that our artifacts don't get blown up. We're gonna untap the Grim Monolith. Opponent's gonna shoot our Dreamstone Hedron. That's annoying. Been trying to think about whose turn we should take. Not of this world. Counter target spell that targets a colorless permanent. Great. Fantastic. Oh god, I forgot to scry. Let's scry now. See if we can fix our second draw. All is Dust is a magic card. Might wait one more turn. Leave the land on top, and then All is Dust on top of that. There's the All is Dust. Can we Emrakul right now? Need 9. No, we're 1 short. They keep getting us. Wow. Wow. So I get probably All is Dust then. Take 6. We'll have to tap the Grim Monolith, which I don't love. Wow, neither of those are great for us. That's 8. Yeah, I mean, I guess we drop a Void Winnower. We have Emrakul mana next turn. Let's just All is Dust. There's a lot of things that could go wrong if we don't. Opponent's gonna Stonehewer Giant. Yeah, get an equipment. Those will be safe. Make your mark. When this creature dies, make a 3/2 red and white spirit. Nice. They get a Cauldron Complete. That's a pretty good one. I will kill the Germ, though. The Germ is black. Yeah, the Germ goes down, but still a good one to have around. So we clean up quite a few problems. I feel bad about Sean and his board state because it wasn't overly terrifying, but at some point I'm going to play the Quintorius deck, and I'm sure it's not going to be... All is Dust is not a card you want to see when you're playing that deck. Balin, Wandering Knight. Oh yeah, free equip, and then it'll have all the stuff. Yep, there that is. It's a 9/9 with Double Strike and all the Cauldron abilities. Oh my. Gonna swing over to Fish. Yeah, love it. The green deck is always a threat. Ooh, All is Dust does increase our card count. We're up to 5 card types in the graveyard, meaning Emrakul is now 8 mana. So if we play our land drop and if our Immortal Sun holds up, that's enough for Emrakul. A Yobi who splits the heavens. Nice. It's a spirit. Whenever you cast a spirit or arcane spell, create a 3/3 white spirit. Yep, they take a small poke. Green Sun Zenith X1. Into Natural Order. Okay. Please don't be a Bane of Progress. It's an Avenger of Zendikar. At least it's not a Bane of Progress. And then they landfall, create a food, and pump the team. Oh, they all have haste. Big attack over to Ryan. Here's a funny thing. If we send 2 shots over with Balance, well, we can send 1 shot, and then he can choose to, like, send a second if he wants to over to Fish. That's pretty good. Because the first one's probably going to clean out most of those tokens. Brings it back to our turn. Not paying. We draw an extra card. Sun Droplet. That's not awful. Probably won't have time to get it this turn, but play the Wastes, get Emrakul. Man, I would be so happy if we did have time to get it this turn, though, because there's some creatures on the board. I think we're going to go for Ryan's turn here. Oh, we can get a Pro Green Sword and just end Fish. Then we have to deal with him ourselves, though, and I guess that's a thing. Yeah, pass the turn. We luckily have a 14/14. So what's interesting about stealing someone's turn with Emrakul is that they get a turn afterwards. Oh, that's a Pro Green Sword. I think Fish just dies. Let's play this as a land. Yeah, because he's going to be ahead of us quite a bit. We'll pay the life. Play the Hearth and Home. Enlighten Tutor. Put an Arcane Signet on top, but I fully expect to shuffle here. We have just cleaned out his resources. This has got to feel so bad. Sorry, Ryan. Send this over to Fish. See if they have a response. They could blow up the Pro Green Sword and they would survive from that. Use the Sword of the Animus. That'll shuffle the library. Actually, yeah, we'll bring that in. He can have lands. He's a mono-white deck. We've punished him pretty hard. Got something. Oh, it's an Arachnogenesis. Well, he's going to get another crack at it on his turn. Though he may not be feeling very generous about doing that. And all that damage gets fogged. Opponents decided that they're going to work together after the Emrakul coming down. Yeah, here comes the Balin. They get a land. So if we don't take it, it'll be 22, and then we probably just die to the tokens. So I think we block it. I mean, how much is it even gonna... It'll help a little. The sword trigger is gonna come into play, though. And I think we block 11, which it's something. Probably more than we can block elsewhere, so... Yep, there's the sword trigger. Back to the command zone. Hearth and home. Exile's the thing. Phantom General. Creature tokens get +1/+1. It's a spirit. Nice. Makes a 3/3. Opponent's going to attack us. We are probably just going to die to commander damage. I don't think we... Yeah, if they make a land... If they drop a land at all, we just die. Oh, hey! Sean's got a Dusk. I would have held back on the Anthem. The Anthem guy there. I guess he only lost one thing. Was his commander in? Maybe there's a token in there. That gets rid of the Avenger of Zendikar, which now they can't pump up the tokens more. And based on the numbers that they can cast more creatures. Based on doing that, then... Oh, that's an Eternal Witness. Natural Order. Yep, Natural Order. Craterhoof. It's a Kamal. Yep, that should kill us and probably everyone else. It might not be table lethal on everyone else, but they have to kill Ryan, actually. Because he can just come in and finish it. Big old attack over to Ryan. Lethal attack coming our way. And Sean's going to get hit for a little. See who brought a fog. We've been eliminated. Sean's still alive. He's got 26 life. He needs like an austere command, though, because he's got to get rid of this Achroma's Memorial. Getting rid of the creatures is fine, but Fish can just rebuild at super speed. That got to also blow up the artifacts. There's a Sun Titan. What are we getting back? Getting back the Oreskos. I think that's GG, though, unless he's got something really cool. I do think he said it's a budget Quintorius list. Spirit Loop. Nice. Gain some life when they attack, but these are all going to be giant. Abundance for opponent. Harmonize. Oh, that goes into the abundance. They draw Nissa, Deep Forest Hermit, and Soul Ring. Kodamas? Seems like more cards than they were supposed to have, but whatever. Kenra's transformation on the Sun Titan. It'll be small. This should do it. Yeah, he scoops right there. Yep. So playing Eldrazi decks are difficult because you are gonna get focused. And as a colorless deck, you just don't have the tools that colored decks have available to them. Your ability to wipe the board is tricky and often will hit a lot of your stuff, which isn't great. You have Nev's Disc and Oblivion Stone, which are going to blow up your artifacts. All Is Dust and Ugin will skip your artifacts, which is nice. Those are one-sided. But even the green deck rebuilt so fast after we hit All Is Dust that it didn't really even matter, as did the Voltron deck. So, yeah, that's the issue with playing Eldrazi decks like this. And I would actually say we didn't even get focused hard enough. There was a couple turns that they kind of let up on us. You probably need like Ensnaring Bridge in this deck or something. Although Ensnaring Bridge isn't great. Maybe Crawl Space, something in those lines. Silent Arbiter. Silent Arbiter is probably the card, actually. But more of that type stuff. Like we needed a Thaumatic Compass to stop the Balin. So yeah, and you just like, your card draw is spotty. Oftentimes it's going to help opponents draw. It's a difficult style of deck to play, especially in today's landscape, because everything with colors has just been pushed so much over the past couple years that, these Eldrazi decks were popular maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I would see them occasionally. And even then, it was still like, oh god, it's a Kozilek or something. You better kill it before it comes down. And sometimes it will work, sometimes it wasn't. I thought that strategy would compete fairly well with everything else that's going on, but I really feel like today, colorless just isn't the best place to be. Like, you have to really want to build a deck like this to actually go through all the hoops of putting this together and trying to get it to work the right way and perform against what else is going on in the field. If your meta's a little bit slower, a bit more chill, it's maybe not that bad. In this case, we faced a green deck that tutored twice, which usually means you're going to lose the game. So, yeah. Playing colorless decks, kind of rough. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Help support me and save 15% on singles by using the promo code REPLAY at mothershipaTX.com. Commander Replay t-shirts, available in orange and colors beside orange.